Kindly take your seat. We'll start our program. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My warm welcome and golden greetings to all of you on this joyous Golden Jubilee Day of the Indian Institute of Welding. I am Pavitra Kumar Das, immediate past president of the Institute. On this day, exactly 50 years back, our institute, which is so dear to all of us, was established, and I am indeed very, very happy and in fact feel honored to be your MC on this historic occasion. I can see so many stalwarts of the institutes here, as well as many, many distinguished guests and friends. It's like raining gold on this Golden Jubilee Day. But as all of you know, sometimes silence is also golden. And may I request all of you to kindly keep your mobile in silent or switched off mode, please. I'll do mine also. Done? Friends, we are very happy that no less a person than our Honorable Prime Minister has sent his message. And it's on the screen. He says, I am happy to learn that the Indian Institute of Welding, what we call IIW India, is celebrating its Golden Jubilee on 22nd April 2016 in Kolkata, and is also publishing a souvenir on this occasion. Welding is a key component in the construction and manufacturing sectors of the economy. I am sure the Institute will continue to work towards innovation, improvements, and enhanced avenues for skill development in this field. On this occasion, I extend my best wishes to the Indian Institute of Welding, signed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So we really feel encouraged by his kind message. It would have been better if you would have heard, but anyway, we really are encouraged by his message. Thank you. Friends, it's time for formally welcoming all the guests. And this will be done by our President, Mr. Srinivasan. I request him to come and give his welcome address. Mr. Srinivasan, please. We will invite everybody to the dais first. No, I'll do that.
Thank you, Mr. Das. Good morning, Mr. Samit Mazumdar, our distinguished chief guest for the day, the dignitaries, the past presidents, vice presidents, secretaries, members, invited guests, and all family members of the Indian Institute of Welding. It's indeed a great pleasure and honor to me personally to address all of you on this glorious event of our institute. I'm extremely fortunate that this important milestone event is happening during my tenure as a president, and I feel very happy that I'm a part of this glorious day of the IIW. And for the entire welding country, fraternity in the country, this day is one of the very, very important days. So we traveled a long road from the humble beginning in 1966 to this day, what we are in India and how we are recognized abroad and all over the world. The efforts put in my predecessors are the strong and main foundation of the institute, and we are standing on that foundation and taking the guidelines, what it has been laid, and from that we are taking it to this one. I recall the role played by each and every member of this institute and feel proud that we belong to this elite group of technologists of the country. In fact, I am very proud to say that I belong to this particular fraternity in my life. My humble salutations to all those members who have played very critical role in shaping the institute today as what it is there. I welcome all the members, all past presidents, vice presidents, secretaries, treasurers, office bearers, members of various branches, branch chairman, secretary, all the supporters and well-wishers of the Indian Institute of Welding, and the families who are gathered here. So the activities and progress we made in the last 10, 12 years are future directions of our institute. It is just like a slog over in a match. In the last few overs, the score goes. Similarly, in this 50 years of first innings, I will call this as the first innings of our life, and we are starting the second innings today. In the first innings, the last 10, 12 years, ever since from 2003, 2004 onwards, we have set a different tone to the working of the institute and how we are placed in the international and in the national level of it one. The active participation in the International Institute has helped IIW to grow faster and implement international activities like training, certification of individuals, companies, organizing world-class welding assemblies, welding conferences, welding congresses, and establishing our Weld India brand name as the Exhibition of India. This is the only kind of welding exhibition which is organized by IIW in India, and it is the only welding exhibition recognized as one of the prime exhibition of the welding fraternity. Today I am proud to say that the International Institute, in the last annual assembly at Helsinki, the president called us and advised us to take a lead role in developing the institute at SAARC countries, and has given the responsibility to India to make this possible. I think that's a big honor for India, and this is possible only because of so many eminent persons from India who have played a very key role in the International Institute. I'm proud to say that Dr. Baldeviraj, when he was the president of the institute, tried to project our Asia as one of the biggest things, and with that recognition, what today we are having in International Institute is worth mentioning at this stage. So from the year 2005, we are able to organize an international event once in every 3 years in the country, thereby creating an opportunity to our countrymen to closely interact and work with the researchers and academicians throughout the world and implement the latest development in welding and material science together. Recently, a fortnight back, we were fortunate to hold the Research Collaboration Colloquium in Hyderabad for 3 days, and this is the first in India and first in Asia itself. I'm proud to say that more than about 135 eminent scientists and research people from the industry, academia, from all over the world, from 14 countries gathered, deliberated for over about 35 research topics and about 30 flash talks and 30 posters. Nearly more than about 70 important topics were discussed in 7 important segments which is matter to the country. So that gave us a roadmap that how the research activities are to be carried out, and in that we identified what is the present need, what is the present status, and how is the gap, and how do we build the gap analysis. So this is what is the outcome of that event. I am very proud to say that we are able to host some events, and definitely we will take it forward to the next level of it one to implement the suggestions which has come out from this one. So today a lot more needs to be done in India in the areas of the welding education, certified welding professionals at various levels, training of manpower, and the need for the future research to meet the country's demands in every sector. I am glad to inform you all that our institute has been audited by the QCI, Government of India, for approving our training and certification programs of NWTCS under EN 17024. Just 3 days back, we completed this audit just 3 days back. And we hope to complete the formalities of this thing within about another 6 weeks' time. Incidentally, IIW is the first organization to be accorded this status by the government and the QCI in our country. I feel very proud that IIW has been recognized by its efforts to the contribution for the welding industry, welding fraternity by the government, and I think we are in the right direction, and I am sure that with the support of everybody we will be able to take it further to the next high levels of it one. So, today IIW is actively involved with the government in the promotion of the skill development initiatives of the government, associating as a knowledge partner, assessing body with capital goods sector, automobile sector, steel sectors. We have so far completed over 2,700 candidates under the PMKVY Yojana of the Government of India, and over 1,800 candidates under our NWTCS, and assess over about 9,000 candidates under our MES activity. So I think this is the right direction in which we are going, and especially with the government recognition of our courses, this 1,800 should become 18,000 very shortly. We in IIW India started working in the direction by setting up of a core team of professionals to take up with the government and educational board to introduce full-fledged welding course in the graduate level in the country. Senior academicians associated with the Indian Institute have taken up this task, and they are preparing a detailed report on this one, and we am sure that we will be able to take it up further so that the gap of the requirement of the Bachelor of Engineering, that is a welding engineer in the small, medium scale sector, can be filled. So that is one area there is a very large gap, and we have identified this is one of the need of it one. License with the regulatory bodies of the government for the introduction of the Government Regulation Act to use only the certified welders and welding professionals in the factories, industries and infrastructure facilities and construction activities to ensure higher level of safety, higher level of quality in the welded component. This is a very, very major challenge. Today there is no regulation act for the government to introduce any person, any certified welders. There is no regulation, except some of the leading industries of their own, they do it. But it is a need of the hour if we have to go in terms of the growth, in terms to achieve the quality products. I think this is one of the direction, and we have taken up the responsibility, and we are working in this direction. So this will create more opportunities for training, assessment, certification needs. Of course, this will also earn some little finance to my institute. We have a dream to prepare and introduce and implement the Indian welding codes and specifications of the international. It's a far long process, but there is no harm in seeing the tunnel, light at the end of the tunnel, and there is no harm in having a big vision. And if we have a vision, and definitely we will be able to plan in that direction, maybe down the line in another at least about 10 years time, 15 years time, India will have its own welding code, and then we will proud to say that we are a make in India. That's exactly what is the motion, and let's see how we progress in these things. These projects needs total commitment and the availability of full-time personnel to take up the matter at different levels for quick implementation. I appeal to the members who can offer the services to the institute, kindly please get in touch with us at the earliest. Today, IIW has become a member of the CII and started working very closely with CII to meet the objectives of our institute. We need the support of the industries to toe the line with us and support us to meet the requirement of the country. We also need the branches who are present here to prepare themselves by appointing professionals to implement these projects at various levels in the branches. Then only this can take a much faster pace, and we need the support of all the branches. I call upon the branches to take up more national level responsibilities so that we can serve the country much better. A big concern for the present council is that the growth of IIW membership, both individual and the corporate member, are not keeping pace with the country's development and with our expectations. This is a serious concern to us. With the growth prospects of the country is pegged to be close to 7.5% plus for the future years and more in the coming years, it is our need to increase the membership base and also to get the government and public sectors to be closely involved with the IIW's development program as a part of the team of it one. The participation of younger generation is very important for the country, and the Golden Jubilee Celebration Committee this year has planned two major programs involving the youth and the students of the community. One is going to be the Young Engineers Elocution Contest, which is being taken responsibility by one of our branch from Kochi, and another is a Young Professional Welding Conference, which will be hosted in the Gujarat state somewhere in the month of October, November. I call upon the industries to participate wholeheartedly in the progress of the Institute in India and also in various international welding congress, conventions, assemblies as a part of the national delegation by deputing their eminent persons to represent in the various technical commissions of the International Institutes of ITWAN. Then only we will be able to play a much bigger role in the international arena of ITWAN. Sir, I, on behalf of the organizing committee, on behalf of the Central Council, and on my own behalf, thanks all those persons who have come here to participate in this historic event of the day. I extend a very, very warm and special welcome to one and all and request your continued patronage and to our activities. I thank all organizations, individual members, the branch for the support and financial contribution, the messages from the government sectors and from our international institute, and wishes sent by the Prime Minister, Defence Minister and eminent persons of the organization committee of this occasion. And I wish everybody a very happy Golden Jubilee Celebration Day, and my sincere thanks to all of you for coming here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Srinivasan, for your inspiring welcome address. It's now time to call the dignitaries to dais. First of all, I request Mr. Srinivasan, please come and kindly accompany our chief guest today, Mr. Sumit Majumdar, to the dais. Give him a big hand, gentlemen. Next, I request Mr. Parimal Biswas to guide the other dignitaries to the dais. Mr. Chris Malbone, Dr. Baldev Raj. Please. Now I request that we would like to present bouquet to the dignitaries, please. Laptop. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Our institute was established, as I said, exactly 50 years back on this day. So it's an occasion to recollect the early hours. So I thought of showing you some slides about the birth of the institute. In the post-independence period, technology change was one of the major thrusts provided by the government of India. As a result, welding technology was being developed and used effectively, replacing the old methods of metal joining processes. As this picture shows, from riveting, we are switching over to welding. So in pursuance of exploiting welding technology, the need for equipment, consumables, and professionals arose. And this simultaneously led to the need to form a professional institute of welding. The members of the erstwhile Indian chapter of the Welding Institute London took the initiative to form the Institute for Welding and its allied subject. 5th May 1960, it's indeed a red letter day in the history of the Institute, because on that day, they met on 5th May 1960 under the chairmanship of late Sir L.P. Misra, the then General Manager of Hindustan Motors Limited. The meeting took place at the head office of the Indian